So you're going along, your podcast is going great, but something unexpected happens. What are you going to do? That actually happened to me this week. What's up, podcasters? I'm Brian Ensminger with another episode about podcasting life on my journey to personally help 1,000 podcasters launch, improve, and sustain their shows. I started my show about 5 years ago, and at the time that I did, I was really sensitive to how much time I thought it was going to take because I wanted to protect my family and my relationship with that. I say that, of course, as I'm recording this on a Saturday morning. But a little more than a year in, I brought in an editor, and then a little bit later, I brought in a lady to help me with the first pass at the show notes in order to save time and improve the quality of the show. But when I did that, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't asking too much of my team. I knew that they had limited time. One of them was a business owner who had a music editing and production business. The other one was in school. And I didn't want to be in any way responsible for failures at school or in business. I didn't want to be that overbearing client who always asks for more than is reasonable. In a nutshell, I wanted to be respectful. I didn't want to be that guy. About a year ago or so, I noticed that my editor was getting busier and busier, which was great for his business. His business is booming. That's wonderful. And I also noticed that the lady doing my show notes was going off to grad school, and I started to wonder if I was asking too much of them, and I realized that I needed to have a plan in case one or more of my team members needed to step away. I didn't want to keep them locked in or have them even in any way feel like they were locked in if there was something that was more important to their priorities that they'd be able to do that. So I sat down and I thought, well, what do I need to do? And the first thing was to start to review my processes and all of the elements that go into the production and start to ask questions like, is there anything that can be streamlined? Is there anything that isn't adding significant value that could be perhaps automated or eliminated? And some things that come to mind are social posting. Promotion is important, but social posting, that's something that maybe isn't the most important. You might have a disagreement with me on that. That's fine. Making custom videos or custom, we'll call them audiograms, those moving wave videos, custom graphics for the shows, things like that. Adding timestamps to the show notes. Some of those things are things that I thought, well, they take a little bit more time, and I'm not sure what the payoff is on that. I do get feedback from time to time that people really enjoy them, but if I have to choose between getting the show out there and having it sound great and doing some of these things, those are the things that I might consider setting aside. Now, none of them are things that I want to stop doing. I think they're great, and on a personal level, they make me feel good. And this is important to realize because not everything that we do necessarily has to have a specific one-for-one, say, business benefit or benefit for downloads. Some of that might just be feeling confident and competent as a host. But nonetheless, these are things that aren't as valuable to me as actually getting the show out. And as it turns out, it was really good timing for this because I just heard from my editor yesterday that he's going to have to step away. His business is picking up and he's started traveling with bands and some stuff like that. And I'm super happy for him. And I have, at least now in my head, a plan that I can use and I can tweak when I get ready to take over the editing from him in a few weeks. So it's good that I have this there. And I feel pretty good that I'm able to release him without any feeling on my part that he's doing me wrong, without him having to feel bad about this. He said that he enjoys being involved with the show, but he just has to focus his priorities on what's good for his family. I get that. But I now have a workable plan in place to continue my flagship show, to continue this show, and to also be able to edit and consult for other podcasters. That doesn't mean that I won't have to come back around to this and review it and revisit it on an ongoing basis, but I have that there. To the best of my knowledge, today is the last day to get early bird tickets for the Christian Podcasters Summit. If you're interested in that, visit toptieraudio.com/summit. And if you like this show, make sure that you subscribe using your favorite podcast app and let your friends know that they can stop by 1000podcasters.com and do the same. Thanks again. Now go out there and let's make some great podcasts.